now tuned in to PAR Sports Media, and we are back in better than ever with another NFL weekend. Man, things are getting real, spicy for the teams that mean the most to us here on this pod. The NFL in general, we try our best to provide the most unbiased coverage possible. It just happens that some of the teams that we all really hate really suck this year, and some of the teams that we love the most in our hearts are some of the best this year. I tried. I was a year early to the game, and I said it this offseason. I said, I don't understand why these Washington Commandos cannot make some upward mobility. If Jaden Daniels is even a C+ or a B-, I think, and they'll be all right. And he has been so much more than that. I think we would have liked to have seen a little more dominant win on Sunday, but hey, rainy, shitty weather, divisional opponent, trying to, hanging on to the last scraps of their season. A win is a win. We'll take a little bit of an ugly win, although there was some pretty phenomenal plays that got made by Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels once again. Washington Commanders 7-2 and pulled off the biggest deal of the trade deadline, bringing in all-pro cornerback Marshon Lattimore from the Saints. Huge pickup. You were concerned about the defense. The defense has looked better, and they just picked up an all-pro corner. And a guy who's young enough, you can keep him around. This could be a franchise cornerstone for the next 4 or 5 years, too. Phenomenal pickup. Phenomenal move. Love it. Love the trajectory of the Commanders. Thoughts on the trade? Thoughts on the season? Tate.
Thoughts on the trade? Well, I was a fan due to what we traded. We traded a third, which was fine.
Is that all it was? I thought it was they were saying premium pick. It was only a third?
It was a third. That's premium.
Oh my God. Come on.
For trades that aren't quarterbacks, the third it's
third.
premium.
A third is nothing for a guy.
It's not, it's not. Yeah. But like when people say NFL trades are weird. Like you only trade first for quarterbacks. So
yeah, that's amazing then. Fuck.
Yeah. So we traded a third, and
what are the chances? Just anybody out there who has a question about it, what are the chances you get somebody who's the caliber of Marshon Lattimore in the third round with your third round draft pick? Get the fuck out of here.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, bro, who are we gonna draft in the third round that's gonna be better than him? Like, it doesn't go like that. I'm a fan of that. I really do like the trade. Like,
even the first, even if it was a first, to me, I'm like, okay, you drafted Marshon Lattimore in the first round. Good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a third is that's phenomenal work right there.
And we got that third from trading Jahan Dotson. So we basically flipped Jahan Dotson for Marshon Lattimore. So that wasn't even our only third. We had multiple thirds this upcoming draft. So yeah, basically, I'm not gonna say got him for free, but we got him for a good deal. He should be on our team for years to come. We needed corner help too. I'm glad we have an aggressive GM. He went out and actually got a corner. He got what we needed. And the season's been great. We've been beating everyone. I wasn't upset at the Giants win. We just kind of put a foot off the gas a little bit, but I wasn't worried. I just want to win at the end of the day. Like we're not this team, and it just need to be so hell bent on blowing teams out. If we win by 1 point every game, I'm happy, man. I'm not used to this. I don't care how we win. I don't care if we up 50-0 and we win 50-49. If we win, we win. I'm happy.
A win is a win, and your quarterback is getting that extra
exactly
week.
Yeah. I want to be in some tough games. I want him to be able to. I don't want to just blow everyone out. So just make sure a better team. So we got the win. No doubt about it. But yeah, I'm very surprised in the season. Honestly, I didn't see 7-2. If you did think the Commanders went to the playoffs, no one thought 7-2. 7-2 was insane. Like this is like 7-2 puts you at like one of the best records in the league, and it's halfway in the season now. Like 7-2 is like you're a great team. You know, you're not just gonna be 7-2 and just whatever. It means you're a great team. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just happy to see, you know, just years to come. I'm not even this season. I don't care what happens. You know, make the playoffs. We could lose 1,000-0. I'm gonna be happy that we made the playoffs. And you know, there's years later on. So yeah, I'm very happy with the Commanders season.
Another team, we mentioned it last week, and it continues this week. That's looking very impressive. It's going to come down to a matchup between you guys. The Philadelphia Eagles continuing to grow. Think Tay, our little 12-12 bet.
How many does he have right now?
Well, I know he has 1,071 yards.
Yeah, he has a lot of yards. He
second week in November.
He sure does. I mean, it's halfway. It's halfway. Yeah, he got 6 touchdowns. He just has to. I mean, he keeps it up.
There you go.
Keeps it up.
Eagles are looking dangerous. Another team that we should cover in this situation because they also made news. You know, obviously they are sellers at this point. Moving on from Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints also fired their coach. Second in-season firing that we've had this year. Fired Dennis Allen. What do we think about that?
It's a start. Dennis Allen is a great defensive mind. Which should stay as defensive coordinators, in my opinion. Now, the Saints, for basically my whole life, they've had Sean Payton. We all know Sean Payton is an offensive-minded coach.
It seems like it real quick. It seems like it works less and less now. Like the great defensive coordinator.
Yeah, like Bill Belichick is the last
Spagnuolo. One. Even Spagnuolo couldn't. You know, he's the greatest defensive coordinator of all time for my money, and even he fucking failed miserably. I feel like it's either OCs or, oddly enough, like special teams guys or positional guys, because special teams guys and positional guys, like where they work with more people on the team, so they get a little more, you know, experience. Dip it into every position group, managing personnel from different position groups, like things like that, situational. You just don't really see it working out with a ton of DCs now, regardless of how talented they may be or may not be. You think of, you know, who are you know, Dan Quinn. The only time it works is if it's a DC, but they have a super hot shit offensive coordinator, right? Like the last time that Dan Quinn was good, Kyle Shanahan was his offensive coordinator. Now Dan Quinn's a coach. Now Cliff Kingsbury is his offensive coordinator. So that's really the situations that you see at work. But you know, all of our top teams, Dan Campbell was a positional offensive guy. Niners, Kyle Shanahan. You know, looking over our top 10, obviously the Chiefs, Andy Reid. Like you see that a lot more now. It's the offensive guys that are doing good. So I had questions from the beginning about the Dennis Allen hire.
Yeah, it
was very uninspiring the first time he got a chance, and I just didn't get it. They never quite got the offensive coordinator hire figured out or right.
Right. That's the thing. I like what you said. You were saying it only works when you have a great offensive mind to match it. But about the Lions, he was almost gone. He was the number one touted. He was higher ranked on, you know, coaching list than Bill Belichick. Like he almost was gone. He just wanted to run it back because the Lions just.
Oh yeah. No, I
honestly,
I fully expect. I think he might go to the Saints next offseason.
That's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. Like you have the good defensive mind, good offensive mind, but OC's gone. Like these teams, they're hungry for an offensive minded head coach. Like he's gone. The Lions offensive coordinator, he almost he was almost out the door, but I guess they brought him back, or you know they convinced him to come back. But yeah, usually. It's just tough to win with a defensive minded head coach. Your OC is going to be gone. Like it's going to have to keep hiring guys over and over and over again. That's why I don't like CEO coaches either. It's just tough to win like that. So.
What else stood out to you this weekend in the NFL? I know we were all, you know, celebrating that Commanders situation, but what else?
Jets. I knew it. Here's a turnaround right here. Best game of the season. on Amazon Prime. You know, they finally pulled out one, dominated the Houston Texans, the injured Houston Texans. That I was happy about that because he needed that one. And shout out to Bryce Young beating the Saints.
Hell yeah,
getting their coach out of there. You know, just finishing it off. You know, they didn't trade him. That was good to see. You know, maybe they still, you know, they think they got something in them. What was it? What is this? His second career win?
I think it's Texans. Third or fourth.
He beat the Texans last year. I think Andy Dalton. Yeah, this is first one this year. So yeah, shout out to Bryce Young, getting a win and whatnot. And the Lions again. The Lions have been red hot. Like people had them as the best team in the NFL. I couldn't say you're wrong. I only say the Chiefs because they just look like they're just not gonna lose, like at all. That's the only reason why I do have the Chiefs over the Lions. But if you say the Lions, you know, if you do have the Lions as being the best team, that's totally fine. But
God, I wanted to rank them in my top 10 higher. Like I really did, but it's just, I mean, fuck, they got to lose. Like the second they lose, it's not even close to me that the Lions are number one because the Lions are dog fucking teams. They're not just beating teams; they're whooping the shit out of people every week.
Yeah,
running trick plays and shit, grabbing little kids out of the stands and letting them fucking make a wish dreams come true. Fucking winning Disney movie shit. That's what the fucking Lions are doing to people. So I mean, you know, the Packers. A lot of people had them in their top 10 in our group chat, and they fucking embarrassed them at home. Like holy shit! All this shit about they don't play no outside games. Well, it was in the rain, and they fucked them up. So. Not the worst. True. What stood out to you this past weekend?
Oh, first off, let's talk about what didn't stand out to me this week.
I was
I knew for a fact it was gonna happen. I knew they were gonna lose. Knew the Broncos were gonna take the L. Did not expect a 31-point loss. But hey, man, look, everybody in my hometown, everybody in my city. They were happy, and so I got a lot of texts from my boys like, "Hey, man, what happened?" I'm like, "Bo Nix is a quarterback. I wasn't expecting shit." So that is what it is. But you know what? Sometimes you got to take an L before you take a W. And if I could say so myself, my other former stomping grounds of Atlanta, Georgia, did what I love to see every single week in the NFL.
I knew we were going to talk about this game.
And I just
because it stood out to all of us.
Yes, I just love seeing the Cowboys lose and the Cowboys suffer. My week isn't quite made until I see the Cowboys suffer. Like, I could have a lot of things going on. I could have won the lottery. I could have had some good success. I could have met me the baddest shorty in the world. If the Cowboys don't lose, it all means nothing. So thank you, Atlanta Falcons. Which they look like a well-oiled machine right now. You know, they're rolling right now. I mean, the game obviously wasn't a super blowout like I was hoping. I was hoping for like a 54 to 14 game. Didn't quite get that, but a win is a win and a loss is a loss. Shout out to the Cowboys for taking that L beautifully. Shout out to the Eagles for barely surviving the Jags, which it looked like they were going to smoke the Jags at first, and then they completely seemed like they did a fucking meltdown near the end. Let's see. Anything else? The Bears taking a loss to the Cardinals was slightly surprising to me, like slightly. But I think right now, when we go into that the NFC North situation right now, I think we're starting to kind of see the cream of the crop rise, and I think that has to be. Honestly, it seems like it's the Lions and the Vikings as those top two teams, and I guess they can battle it out. But
the Cardinals have had an interesting season, man. An annoying season.
Yeah.
Like they just keep on winning these ugly ass games against shitty fucking teams or teams who are deciding to be shitty for that week.
But nobody takes them serious.
What are you going to say? Yeah.
But it's like nobody takes them serious. So it's kind of like.
Nobody takes them serious because they suck.
Yeah.
It's like finding ways to win. So
it's just, so it's like.
Place.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing about the Cardinals that I'll say is that Kyler Murray has not been. Shout out to James Conner. James Conner has been doing his thing, but Kyler Murray hasn't been great. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't been great. Trey McBride hasn't wowed me this year. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. had a couple solid games, I think, when the season first got underway, but it's kind of been a struggle ever since. So I'm kind of just wondering, how this looks once we get another, I don't know, 4 to 5 weeks down the line. I'm anxious to. I know what I'm anxious to see this coming week, but like Lions and Packers game was pretty good. I had a good laugh at the Buccaneers and Chiefs game because I think Baker walking them down like he did, near the end of the fourth quarter, that was amazing.
Was that not the most Chiefs fucking bullshit? God, of course they fucking won. Like,
I knew, look, when it went to OT, I was like, oh, is it about to happen? It's about to happen. But let me tell you, my brothers, the 1-8-1 is coming this week. Yeah. I don't believe word I just said. But
Broncos country, let's ride. That's what it is.
Broncos country, let's ride. I got faith, not a lot. Mustard seed faith.
Gonna take them lightly. I put it like
this: if you're barely like the Chiefs are the funniest team ever because they are barely surviving these games. And they just keep doing it. And it just infuriates me so much because it's like, I don't look at them and see a team that I'm like, yeah, they for sure about to three-peat. But then at the same time, I'm like,
they are.
But like, watch these motherfuckers, do it. And it's just, look, man, I don't even know what to say, it's just a weird thing because, the Chiefs went from.
They have the best quarterback. They have the best head coach. They have the best defensive coordinator possibly of all time. They have the best pass rusher, and they have a great defense. Bam, over. And they're good. They have a good offensive line.
And they know
3 in a row.
They know how to win. They know how to win.
And they don't make mistakes. I forgot. That's what I was going to say. And they don't fucking make mistakes. They don't beat themselves.
They almost. It felt like they were yesterday. I was like, man, they about to do it. They about to blow it. And then it's just like I don't know. I was a little concerned, that Mahomes situation looked like he was cooked, looked like he was done, and then black magic or something like that.
That's what he wanted you to think.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Look, I don't have an issue because Mahomes is great, but it's just like when you see something like this well-oiled machine that just keeps rolling and keep finding ways to win. It's like how is this possible? It's just so many games this season where I'm like, man, I don't think they should have won that. Last night was one of those where I was just like, come on, man, like it's never in doubt. It's never in doubt, and it's frustrating as a fan sometimes watching it. But hey, man, like Chiefs got it done. But the Broncos, Bo Nix, putting a stop to that this coming week. And I hope somebody believes me. I hope somebody believes me because I don't believe myself.
What else are you looking forward to this weekend?
Steelers and Commanders, for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
For sure right now.
That I'm very interested in.
Yeah, that's for one. Damn sure.
I don't know if it's a very shared thing, but I think I've said it. I'm pumped for the Russ Renaissance. I hope it keeps going. I like Tomlin. I like the Steelers. I like the culture. I like the fan base. And I just think it's awesome. I really like Russ. People had a fucking great time burying that dude and putting him away.
Sure did.
I'm happy to see him coming back. What else, man? And then, of course, on the other side, our Washington Commanders. In ways that the listeners don't know, but you guys do know. All of ours, Washington Commanders, continuing to fucking proceed. I'll have another special agent at the game this weekend, by the way.
Hey,
Bunny over here. Yeah, we're all interested in the Commander storyline, them continuing on.
That's the one, man.
in Russell Wilson, like hell yeah.
But you know what game? I'm going to say this now. Philadelphia Eagles, you got one job. One job. I have a very, very busy weekend this weekend, so I might not be able to see this game live. But I need you to make sure, because I have an album coming out Monday, so I need to start my week off perfect with the Eagles demolishing the Cowboys. I need Saquon Barkley to get 2 touchdowns. I need A.J. Brown to get a touchdown. I need all of these things to happen. But I'm also interested in a couple things. So I read this. Are we 100% sure yet? Sunday night game, the Lions versus the Texans. Are we? Is Nico Collins actually playing? Have we confirmed that yet? I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm curious to see.
Confirmed yet? So
if he plays, I'm really looking forward to see that game and see if CJ can kind of, losing to the Jets was rough, man, just disgusting. So, I don't care what Tate says. There ain't no turning the corner. Watch the Jets do some shit like lose to the Cardinals this week. So, 49ers and Buccaneers too, man. Coming off of a bye week, right?
Yeah, and pretty good chance. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey's back in the lineup. Gotta see how that roll. But I like your guys' chances, man. If he's back and guys get rolling again, I like the chances, man. So that's pretty much it for me. I don't think this is one of those like massive weeks in the NFL. I think we get a couple weeks from now. I think we got one of those. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Tay, what about you, man? Give us a rundown of the Steelers Commandos situation.
That's gonna be a good game. Steelers defense has been pretty good this year. It'll be a close game. This is not gonna be a blowout game either way. I got the Commanders though. I got us like shutting on that Steelers garbage. That goes to bed this game. It's not happening. I don't know. The Commanders just a different team this year. Defense has been playing good. Offense has been playing great. So I don't see the Steelers. Nah. The Steelers, they're just not gonna have enough. They're not gonna have enough for it. Like, I want to win by about 10 points. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. 31-21 or something like that.
They ain't gonna come in there to the Commando commune. We gotta come up with a name for that place. Stadium down there. What else?
That was a good game. Lions and Texans. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Whether Nico Collins comes back or not, they're still two.
The Lions got a hell of a schedule this year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
they're definitely be battle fucking tested, man.
Yeah, I mean, Texas too. Texas, they've been slipping a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
and neither team for this game, neither team. Like the Lions are on the road, they haven't lost on the road yet. Texans are at home, they haven't lost at home yet. So it's gonna be a first for one of these teams, about Eagles and Cowboys. The Eagles are gonna blow the Cowboys out. Like it's gonna be one of those embarrassing games. Like Cooper Rush might be in. Wait, he's already. Yeah, no Dak. Dak is on IR, right? They just put him on IR.
I saw something about that today.
Dak's on IR. Yeah, that game is over right now. I mean, that's a guarantee. They're gonna beat them by 25. They don't even have, and you better pray Trey Lance doesn't make his way in the game. I don't know, not after them 5 interceptions in the preseason.
You better pray, because then the Cowboys are gonna come back.
But I'm not. Yeah, like the Eagles got that one. Well, last but not least, 49ers and Bucks.
Why do people say that you're interested?
Man, why do people keep trying to make the Bucks like seem to be like this good team? I don't think they're that good. I mean, they're 4-5 for a reason. Like, I'm not really. I don't know. They got too many like They're 4-5. The Bucks people got to stop with this Bucks noise. Like they're not a good team. They're gonna lose again.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out this weekend.
They're gonna lose
because they played the Chiefs a hell of a lot harder than the Niners did.
Yeah, like they played teams good, but they're not good. That means you're not good. You know. I don't know.
Another note that I was going to add to that when I got back around to me, but then you brought up the game. It looks like Jauan Jennings is going to be back too. So it doesn't look like no Dre Greenlaw yet, unfortunately. Excited to see my guy Dre back out there, but this looks like Jauan Jennings is going to be back. Looks like Christian McCaffrey could be back. Things could look a lot different. Bye week, we're into November. Team might, start to try now. That would be cool. It was starting to come together the other night against the Cowboys. Third quarter, like I said, looked like the team they could be. I am really interested to see some possible. I want to see Garendo and CMC in the backfield at the same time, or I want to see Garendo in the backfield with CMC split out in the slot, and then they run a RPO screen, off of that. Like, because now you have two guys that are such big play threats coming out of the backfield. I would love to see, Kyle Shanahan cook some stuff. I remember back in the days when Kyle Shanahan used to kick up like cool stuff that nobody else ever did. And now it would just do dumb shit and get stopped. But so I hope that he's been in the lab cooking some stuff up, get Garendo and McCaffrey in the game at the same time. It's arrow up, but it's a cross-country trip. Going to be warm down there in Tampa. Tampa Bay has been a team that's been in and out of all of our top 10s for all year. That's not the time is now. The time is now for the Niners. They're going to have some major weapons back. It's time to lock in, stop with this bullshit, because we really can only afford like 2 more losses, really, and still feel good about chances. I mean, the whole division is 4-4, so there's you might be able to get away with 3, as long as they're not against division opponents. But 2 more losses really is what you should be looking for the rest of the year. So let's not waste one of those now. CMC back, Jauan Jennings back, big time. I agree with you guys' picks. Commanders and Steelers. Looking forward to that. I just looked it up. Cowboys. Dak Prescott is it's a IR with a return designation, so he's available to come back week 14. But that's only if Trey Lance doesn't get in and fucking take his job and shit, bro. Fucking
oh no,
never giving up. I'm never letting go.
I mean,
fault.
I understand why you don't want to, because we all find players that we don't want to give up on. But I'm gonna tell you, in this case, you might actually want to give up on them.
I think that preseason game against the Chargers, man. God damn.
He seemed like he had promise. It just things don't work out. I don't necessarily think it's a super thing where it's like a talent issue. I think he was a talented player, but just couldn't get it right. Sometimes the game doesn't always translate the way you hope. Once you get to the big leagues, I guess. But
did y'all watch Sunday Night Football?
Yeah.
Did you see what I saw? Sam Darnold doing Sam Darnold things. The day is coming, Tay. It's coming.
I mean, it's not like they can bench him, though. So like, it doesn't even matter now. Like, it's not like they can't bench him.
He escaped with the win, so it don't matter really.
So how many more of those bowling shoe ugly? I mean, if they get 2 more games like that out of Flacco, fuck it. Put fucking Richardson back in. At that point,
that Vikings defense is different. If Anthony Richardson was playing, they probably would have scored 3 points. That defense is different.
It is. But
their calling card.
Yeah, like
okay.
When the Colts get a bit easier game, Joe Flacco he'll eat. Like they played the Bills. They got a tough schedule. Definitely don't play Anthony Richardson. If someone's gonna struggle, let it be Joe Flacco. Don't put Anthony Richardson in there. He's gonna struggle against these great defenses. Then it's gonna be even worse for his development. Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and let Joe Flacco struggle for the year.
I just want to say,
Here, what's that?
Sam Darnold, he did throw 2 picks, but if I'm
And a
not
fumble.
mistaken, still had close to 300 yards. I think 3 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had like 140, 130, something like that. Can't remember off the top of my damn head. But what matters the most is the Vikings are 6-2, and I do believe that
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's day of reckoning will eventually come. But I'm gonna hope and pray it's not this week, because the Vikings, I need y'all to go out there and run the fucking score up. And you know why I need them to run the score up? I'm sure you all could take a guess as to who the Vikings play this week. They come in.
They'll have the opportunity.
They coming into Jacksonville, I believe.
I feel like that game against Philly. I feel like that broke Jacksonville's will.
I hope so. Suffer. I want you to suffer. I want Justin Jefferson to go for 175 yards. I need Aaron Jones to run for 120. I just want an all-out slaughter, please. Fuck the Jags.
Here on DAR Sports Media, we don't hope, we wish. We wish a motherfucker would. Wait a minute. Wait. Is that is using Cedric the Entertainer lines? Is that like done? Is that over with for forever after Cat Williams fucking buried him?
No.
We need your take on this.
We can still use it. You know, classic lines are still classic lines. I mean, they might have been stolen from somewhere, but they're still classic lines. So we can still quote
Sports Media. We don't hope. We wish. We wish a motherfucker would not check out the rest of stuff we got going on this week. So many articles posted on the Medium site. My guy True, like you said, got an album dropping on Monday, and we're gonna pump up way more as the week goes on. Already look up for the Hoops Hour. I was listening to it myself. Very informative Hoops talk. Who's up, who's down, what teams are going where right now in the NBA. And then
I have a quick announcement
as you listen to this, the college football show will be out. Big time happenings, teams getting knocked off maybe for good this weekend in shocking fashion. Of course, Texas A&M. The week we had a Texas A&M heavy fucking pod, they want to go out and lay a fucking turd against South Carolina. And me and True were trying to look at doing some weekend wrestling this week. As soon as the WWE stopped, what did they film? Fucking 50 goddamn shows in Saudi? Christ.
Yeah.
As soon as that fucking ends, we'll be back with you with a weekend wrestling. And then True, you got an announcement you said? Go ahead.
So there's 2 things on the horizon. There's a possibility one of our newest writers will be working the media tables at WrestleCade, which is November 29th through December 1st in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A old wrestling convention that I actually sponsored one year, about 10 years ago, with the brand that I was working with. And also, this Sunday, I have an album coming out Monday, so this Sunday, I will be a part. We'll see how it works schedule-wise for me, but I will be a part of the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast show this Sunday. Be on their episode. It just confirmed maybe about 37 minutes ago. So wanted to announce that here. Probably be announced on the Twitter machine and all that, or X as it's called now. So wanted to make that announcement right now. We got a couple other things in the works right now. Can't announce them just yet, but some things are working, some things are rolling. The Medium site already, we're 5 days right now currently as we do this show, 5 days into the month right now, and we have almost already obliterated September's numbers, and that's October. We are not far off. We're on pace to probably triple those numbers. So we are rolling right now. We got some articles this week coming from our newest guy, David. He's going to be talking about the Yankees offseason. He also has a UFC article coming soon this week. There's a lot of stuff. Make sure you go check out Scotland's article on the new day and their 10-year anniversary. I just dropped a couple. Make sure you check our NFL Week 10 rankings as well. That'll be dropping on the site. It's too much going on right now, man. Just too much. It's too much.
And do you know why that is? It's because the world of DAR never stops.